second. We should be unmuted now. We should be unmuted. Yeah, you guys should be able to hear us now. Sorry you missed the intro. We can start over if we have to. Technical difficulties. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Cheers. Hopefully they can hear us. I'm hoping that we're set now. Yep. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Josh, for pointing out that we were muted. I used my headset the other night, and it changed my default settings over to the headset, and we have the microphone. So hopefully you can hear us just fine. We're going to be drinking on some of our March Madness bottles. Obviously, you guys don't even know the March Madness bracket's taking place because I have yet to edit any of the videos from last time and upload any of them. But we are on the next round. So we've got George Dickel, Bottled and Bond, and your guys' favorite Old Tub to go up against it. Old Tub, isn't this the bottle that the cork broke and I had to use like one of my replacement corks for you?
I think so.
Oh, let's see if I can pour some of this up and not make a mess.
Old Tub.
I want to move this keyboard out of the way. Oh, hopefully I don't type anything anytime soon. There we go. I'm not going to use the pour spout. We're just going to go for it.
Go for
it. All right. Pass you one of your Glens. Panda Glen's got the tub in it.
Victor's got an Old Tub.
I'll put the Old Tub in the AJ's on main glass. Perfect.
You went to the 10 spot?
Yeah. So I'll have Old Tub on the right for me. On the left, I will have some George Dickel.
There you go.
Yippee-ki-yay. Josh knows I've been looking for that yippee-ki-yay.
Tickle your tickle.
Some George Dickel, tickling that pickle. 2 sex symbols is what Carl said.
It's funny because you said this last time off stream, but I look really small in this. Like he looks like he's bigger than me, but
very deceptive. He sits a lot lower.
Not the case in real life.
You guys feeling like self-inflicted torture tonight? I like how you say that, Carl, because these are actually winners of some of the head-to-head battles from the earlier bracket. So if you guys think these are bad, you should have saw the ones you're going against.
Believe it or not.
So he said yippee-ki-yay, and then Les Bramlett just showed up. What is up? So I'm going to start with the Old Tub. And I didn't realize that this was a Jim Beam product. I had it before, but I never paid attention.
Jeff will probably love it.
Josh had saved some Blanton's for us. He sees all the Blantons behind us. What's funny is last time we were on a live stream, I had 2 less Blantons. I've acquired 2 more since then.
Never have too many Blantons.
Are these going to be duck or raced after for $1 spot? Carl, they just might. They just might, sir. Peanut juice, absolutely. Life in the patio, cheers.
Man, that is
peanut juice.
Peanut juice is pretty spot on.
We got peanut juice, and you guys can play on that first word, and then we got the Dickel juice.
Man, this kind of tastes like, okay, tasting notes. I don't know how many of the viewers have had boiled peanuts. That was a staple in the South. This tastes like I can literally taste a hint of the juice that you would taste from boiled peanuts in this, which is, to me, not bad at all. It's delicious, but it is peanutty, obviously.
Gotta make sure I go ahead and get this started on the writing so I don't screw this up.
A little bit of earthy, like dust or dirt tones. Really light on that though. It's more heavy on the peanut, in my opinion.
Hey, he's saying, "Hey, Big T." He knows you're tall. Very deceitful sitting in that recliner because it sinks down, and you're missing his freakishly long legs that are underneath the frame. This Old Tub's really not that bad. Like, I know these are probably the worst bottles of the night to start out with, which is why we might as well get them over with to start out with. But
not bad.
They're not bad. Earthy, dusty note I call the peanut whole note. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of lot of earthiness. There's some char from the barrel that comes through on this one too. Char's not too terrible on this one. A lot of peanut flavor though.
All I get is peanut and dust. I don't get any oak or barrel char personally.
What is up, Father Fortenberry? Fortenberry from Life from the Patio as well. Oh, I thought I got a message. Some of you guys text me during the live streams, basically telling me, "Hey, fix your shit."
I should have left some to go back and forth.
I don't need to go back and forth. I don't like either one of these.
One of them's got to win.
All right, and now we're going over to the Dickel. George Dickel Bottled and Bond. That's the blue label, guys. This was actually my very first bottle I ever had of George Dickel. Was their Bottled and Bond.
Not that bottle.
Not that bottle, but a blue label. I like the mouthfeel on this one better. It's a little bit smoother on the front end for sure, but the oakiness that comes through is kind of bitter. That's tough. Hey, everybody talking about getting ready for Spillway weekend. Bourbon Riders is in the house. Cheers, brother. You're not picking what you like, but what you dislike the least. Yeah, Les, this will be one of those that I picked the one I dislike the least.
In my opinion, I prefer the George Dickel because I don't enjoy the earth notes a lot on the Old Tub. That's really the only reason.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
That's my opinion.
Ooh, picking what you like, but you dislike the least. Yeah, we're not picking that. So
I'd also say the Dickel tastes a little bit more complex than the Old Tub.
There is a lot more complexity. I'm glad you brought that up because that was something that I was thinking. I was like, the palate's more complex. There's a lot more flavor profiles. I feel like the Old Tub is like a one-trick pony. Like I really only get one tasting note. There's a little bit else that's hidden behind all that, but for the most part, peanut, Jim Beam, peanut. That's basically they're the same word. I mean, even on the Bookers, got a Bookers up there from them, a higher end product. Even at that higher proof, it still has a very strong peanut note. So it's if you like peanut, it's pretty good. But
so we're in agreement that Dickel wins this one.
I think so because I like the complexity of the George Dickel, and
well, good because I don't want to have to disagree and then have to beat you up.
Well, if we disagreed, I was just going to toss it. We're going to flip a Glen topper and we'll call heads or tails and let it decide, or let the chat decide.
That works. I'd rather beat you up.
Hey, Dave Oglesing's in the chat. What is up? So we're going to let the George Dickel Bottled and Bond beat out the Old Tub. So Old Tub is our first loser of the second round. So we'll keep this one. We'll keep it over here. I got to finish off mine, or I got to get a place to pour. I can pour this. I have my rocks glass up here. We're going to have some more little drain pour ones. We'll just dump in this rocks glass. If you don't want to finish the whole sample.
Oh, we do have a lot to drink, don't we?
Yeah, we do. So I'm not going to sit here and drink all of it.
Are we going to stop after the brackets, or are we going to keep going? Some other stuff like the Cowboy.
We'll see if we can keep going now that we're live. We got some special stuff. We're going to be doing these. But once we're done with these, we've got some bottles that we can fresh crack, including a very special bottle that I was able to get today thanks to Tyler. So Whiskey Panda's going to be missing out on a live stream tonight. He's going to be spending time with the kids. He was already letting me know they're going to be watching a movie, but said he'll catch the live in the morning. So arm wrestles with Les wants to see to pick the Old Tub versus the George Dickel. Everybody saying cheers. Playing with your Dickel again. Hey, I mean, it did beat out the Old Tub, so everybody saying cheers. Natterjack question mark. No Natterjack today, but the Natterjack's actually above all those Blantons. So I know we've been talking a lot of Natterjack. I had to do the Natterjack stream for all that merch, and because we had the what was it called? The holiday we just had, St. Patrick's Day. It was the day before we were pre-gaming. So our next round, so we can keep this moving right along, I've got a bottle of New Riff that's Sour Mash Bottled in Bond, and we're going to put up against Henry McKenna 10 years. So these will be the next two. Get these poured up, and we'll get these going. I'm going to pour up the New Riff on the right, I believe.
It was pretty good too, from what I remember. The new riff was.
Yeah, I mean the sour mash is the only thing. Like most of their stuff, the sour mash, it's got a lot of bitter notes to it, but it's not bad. It's just off profile, I guess. There we go. Had to do a little quick Glen rinse. Nothing wrong with that. All right, there's mine. A couple drops in this one. New riff. And then our next one will be that Henry McKenna to go up against it. I said I was going to record this on my phone. I didn't set my phone up at all, so we're just rolling with this live. So you guys will have to watch those videos to see what was on that first round. You guys are just going to have to see this live. I didn't even think about that when I was getting set up, but oh well. More fun live, right? Henry McKenna.
It could be like one of those movies where you see the end first, and then you see the beginning.
And then you have to see the beginning. What got us to this point? So we got Henry McKenna 10-year versus the old riff. Making sure I write this down so I keep track of our winners and losers. We try to balance these brackets out, guys. So we actually started with 20 bottles, which is kind of why I'm glad that we're doing this live and I'm not recording on my phone because I have no idea how we're going to make a bracket work with 20 bottles without doing a bunch of buys. So every bottle had its fair chances head-to-head. Now we're doing head-to-heads with these. This is the second round pick. And I think we're going to try to get through the entire bracket tonight during this live. And if we're not trashed, we've got some bottles to try after. New riff and Henry McKenna. I'm going to start with the Henry McKenna because we have that old tub. And I feel like the Henry McKenna 10 has this nuttiness to it as well. That's kind of the similar profile. I've been traveling this week and haven't had a chance to check out the sample of Natterjack. Looking forward to it. Yes, that is a fantastic sample, and I can't wait to hear your opinion on that one.
To me, this nose is better than the last two for sure.
Josh is calling the Henry McKenna 10, taking it too. You're right, Bourbon Riders. It doesn't get the respect that it deserves. This one actually gets a lot of hate. And I had one bottle of it. I haven't bought a backup, so I can't say it was that good. Otherwise, I would have already bought a backup by now. But the bottle I had, I thoroughly enjoyed.
I mean, this is good. Without about it.
10 years, bottle and bond, super smooth and easy to drink. It's got some peanut flavor to it, a little bit of nuttiness, but this one's way more complex than the old tub.
Yeah,
way smoother too.
The nuttiness is very
mellowed
muted.
out.
Yeah, it's very muted. You can really, well, you can get it, but not. It's not like what's on the old tub.
Jameer says if we pick the new riff, all credibility is lost.
Hey, it was pretty decent last time.
Well, some of the guys in the Discord, they were talking about the new riff, and they showed off a distillery release only. It was like an 8-year one. So I was asking the guys, I'm like, well, what's the next new riff bottle I should get? Because I don't feel like I gave them a fair chance with the bottles I've tried. And I want to at least try something else from them. I just don't want to be too deep into a bottle that I'm not going to like. So I'm trying to have them pick the next one that they think I might like, because if I just go and buy a random bottle, it's probably not going to be what I expected. But because he's close to the distillery, I might even use him to help get a bottle from the distillery release only, which would be cool.
I'm saving the rest of my last little bit of my McKenna to come back to after I try the new riff.
I like the complexity and the smoothness of the Henry McKenna 10-year. This is actually, from what I remember, it's been a long time since I've had my Henry McKenna 10 that I finished off.
It's an easy drinker.
This is smoother and easier than the one I had.
There's nothing bad about it. Also, nothing extraordinary either. But
yeah. Hey, Mike Rock's in the house. What is going on, sir? We're currently drinking a head-to-head battle. We've got the Henry McKenna 10-year up against the new riff. We're doing our little March Madness bracket, but our bracket's already fallen apart because I never edited and posted the first round picks. So I'll have to do that. We had 20 bottles. We're down to 10 bottles, and we're going to slowly move our way through the bracket on this one.
I'd say the nose is worse than the McKenna.
Oh, yeah, hands down. It's got like some dried fruit notes to it. It's a little bit of a bitterness to it as well.
It's a rough. The nose is very rough. It's not refined at all to me.
Yeah, I mean, it says it's only aged at least 4 years, which is funny because they claim this is bottled in bond. I feel like if they say at least 4 years, they would have claimed the exact date if it was more than 4, like if it was touching 5. So That's actually opened up a lot more since last time we had this, but it still has a lot of bitterness to it on the back end. Very smooth up front, though. This bottle is actually way better than it used to be. When we first opened this bottle and we did this first round pick, the new riff obviously came out on top because it made it up into this bracket. I can't remember what that first bottle was up against. You'll have to see that in the videos whenever I get those edited and posted. But this tastes way smoother than I remember from the first rounds. Hey, Tater Dom's in the house. I've got your Glen toppers that you sent that were 3D printed, so we've got those out today. The barrel's up behind me. I'll have to pull that out and show a case of that off for everybody too, because that's some pretty cool stuff. I appreciate you, Tater Dom. Found new riff really has to open up. That's funny you say opening it up, because I literally was just talking about this one opening up, and I think this one is actually quite pleasant. I don't think it's better than Henry McKenna 10-year, but it's definitely better against itself from the first round to the second round.
Yeah, it's to me it has too much bitterness.
I think that comes with the sour mash.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that.
I think that's its biggest downside. I think the Henry McKenna is a winner for sure. But I do enjoy this bottle. I think this is actually way better than it was the first go around.
And I don't think bitterness is necessarily bad. I just don't like it that much personally. But
Smooth drinker.
I can definitely see people enjoying it though, for sure.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I agree. McKenna all day. I think I got some is there like some kind of a citrus note?
Yeah, it's almost like a green apple, like a Granny Smith apple.
Okay.
On it. I think that's what also gives it some of that bitterness. I actually really like that though. This new riff was pretty solid, but not enough to make it to the next round. Better luck next time.
We doing the winners?
Yeah, I get the winners all the way over here in the corner, so I don't mix them up. Henry McKenna 10 is going to take that one. Oh. So George Dickel versus Old Tub, the Dickel one. Henry McKenna versus the Old Riff, the Henry McKenna one. And now for the next round, we're getting into the better ones, the bangers. Not much of a banger. Jack Daniels bonded.
Well, you know Jack Daniels.
But the early times bottled in bonds come up too, and I think this one's one of my absolute favorites.
Underrated.
Very underrated.
Underrated.
Lots of banana. I like the sweeter cherry notes on this one typically, but we'll see how it goes.
If I remember, the nose on this last time was really surprising.
It was fantastic.
The nose was really good.
Matt from Whiskey Wisdom, what's up? We're doing our March Madness bracket that we never got around, or I never got around to editing the videos and uploading them, so you guys have no idea what was in the first round. This is the second round. So I got this on my glass on the left to make this easier. The early times bottled in bonds.
Did you still reach around on me?
Absolutely. Someone had to do it. That cork pop. Be cork soaking.
Wow.
Both are good, to be honest. Yes, these are both great bottles. In fact, the next round and the round after that are only going to get better. I get a hefty pour of that Jack Daniels. Just to persuade my bias, I have to drink more of it.
Okay, so you did...
The right one is my Jack Daniels, and the left one is my early times. You don't even remember what you poured up. I think you'll be able to figure it out off the tasting notes. I don't think these bottles are so similar.
I think this one was the Jack Daniels. I was just confused because we have the bottles in the opposite.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm better. Yeah. There
if
you go.
The early times is on my tray, it's going to be on my right.
There you go.
That's what we did the last two rounds, and I don't know why I switched it up. We know that this one at least is because this one's a heavier pour of the Jack Daniels. We start with the early times. Okay.
That smells good.
I'm still scared of JD. My youth betrayed me on it. Yeah, old number 7 is pretty brutal. So if that's the one you're referring to, which I bet you are, yeah, I can see why you're afraid of Jack Daniels.
Berries of some sort.
It's like a grape and cherry note, but it's like a blend between both. I don't know if I would say berries. Maybe it's got a very sweet fruit note. I love the early times bottled and bond. In fact, if I can get another one of these, I'm actually looking for another one of these. I have a coworker that really enjoys this bottle, and he has not been able to locate one. I told him he'd go to most stores and pay $30 for it, but I said, why pay $30 when you go to Specs and get it for $20.49 or $22.49 if you go to Total Wine if you can find it. So trying to help him get a bottle of this so that way he can have more of these, because I think this is the best value for budget of all the whiskeys I've had. That's kind of those lower shelf bottom tier, even though this is still considered an allocated bottle, by the way.
I could see it being really good in mixed drinks as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's at 100 proof, so it's bold enough to stand out in a cocktail, but it's also strong enough to stand alone as a neat pour. It's very smooth and easy to drink. Bottled and Bond Act really helps with this one, hitting that 4-year age statement, and just how easy and sweet it is to drink. Now, this is still old distillate. Well, I say old distillate. This is Brown-Forman product, and they've kind of slowly transitioned away from Brown-Forman, and they've been trying to follow a recipe. So the flavor profile's definitely changed from the black cap to the blue cap. Next year, whenever that one hits, they're going to have their own distillate now. So the flavor profile will probably change again. But with that being said, early times bottled and bond, as it is right now, is fantastic. And I have a feeling this next year or two, they're going to start pumping these out. They're going to be one to pick up. But we'll have to make sure we go to the stores that sell out quick, because if they've been sitting on the shelf, I want to make sure I can get the new one. And I don't know if they're going to change the label to a new label. So I'm hoping that they change it to a new label. I like this one though.
Yep, it's delicious.
My hefty pour of Jack Daniels.
Whoa.
The nose is just so good.
That is
so much banana.
That is freaking
very sweet, very light fruits, very flavorful.
I know I said this on our first rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when I said that the bottled and bond 1792 was banana pudding?
Yeah.
This is to me this is banana pudding.
This is great.
God, it smells so good. I can almost eat it.
And the nose on this Jack Daniels is freaking awesome. If you guys can't get one of these bondeds, I want to say it's like a $30 bottle. Find the Jack Daniels bonded and pick one up. 100 proof whiskey because it's bonded. Minimum 4-year J statement. And it's a super easy drinker. And all these people pop into chat and say hello, and now which shows we're only having 6 viewers. Hopefully we'll get some watches on the rerun. Man,
this is almost a toss-up for me.
I think this one isn't as refined on the back end, but the nose and the front end of the palate are probably the best part that excels on this. The only thing I complain about, honestly, on both these bottles is the finish is very short-lived. They don't last very long. They dissipate very quickly.
I just wish that I could taste the same flavors that I can smell. Because if this tastes like banana pudding, that would be amazing.
I think it's close on the flavor profile for the bonded as far as the sweet notes that are balanced with some of the oakiness. There's definitely some oakiness on the short to mid finish. And I say mid finish very loosely because it doesn't really quite get to that mid finish. But everything from the beginning, the nose, to the front of the palate, to the mid palate is freaking delicious. There's nothing about it that I didn't like. It's just the end.
They're both well balanced. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's a toss up for me. I'll let you decide.
It's a toss up for me as well. So I guess this will be Tater Dom's little Glen holder. We're gonna use this as oh no, we got a challenge coin now. I'm just gonna grab the challenge coin from the Whiskey Shaman. Can you grab that? Oh. He's probably gonna flip it when he sees me throwing his coin up in the air. So mail day came the other day, and we got a challenge coin with the Whiskey Shaman's logo on it, and then there's the tail side. So we're gonna flip this.
Beautiful.
Heads bonded. Tails early times.
Sure.
Yeah. Heads is the Jack Daniels bonded.
All right. Well,
I'm not disappointed.
I would say that I'll be surprised if we have a better nose tonight than that.
That's pretty good.
That nose is awesome.
Coin toss, guys. This one's out.
JD bonded. Told you I was a banger.
Make sure we lock in that winner on my sheet because I gotta write it down. I forgot to write them down.
But that was like a 51 for you. I think that was
It's
super
pretty damn close. Jack Daniels. That one took it versus the early times. Next bottles. These are some absolute bangers. If you guys are still here and you guys are ready to see, we've got a very expensive bottle, the Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast bottled in bond, and we're going to be putting that up against a sleeper from the Whiskey Row series, the Old Forester. So we got Redwood Empire, and we've got the Old Forester.
What's the price on the Old Forester? 1897.
I want to say it's around $45. I don't think it's too much. About half the cost of this one.
Well, it's getting close to half the cost. I don't think it's quite half the cost, but it's getting close.
So this is where I'm going to put you to work on this one. You can pour them up and know what you're drinking, but I'm going to have you pour mine up, and I want you to put one of these on one side, and remember whichever one matches that bottle so we don't mix them up. This one on the other side, and mine will be mixed up. I'm not going to know what they're going to be. You're going to have to remember them based off the color caps if you can do that. That way mine's 100% non-biased because I am very biased. I love this bottle.
You're going to immediately know which one that one is, though.
I think so, too.
You taste it.
I think so, too, but I've been drinking quite a few pours, so maybe it'll be a shock factor.
So I can do mine first?
Yeah, you can pour yours up, and then you can pour mine up and cap them. I'll turn my back so I can't see anything.
I accidentally overpoured that 1897. But it's good.
We got Jeff in the house. What is going on? He said, "You crazy bourbon animals." Old Forester is jam up. I love Old Forester. I'm a huge Old Forester fan. I have a ton of Old Forester bottles. I get a single barrel strength that I absolutely freaking love that I got recently. I'm sending one of those out. Someone duck raced for one of them. And I got another one that's up for grabs, but we're waiting to see. We got a couple people that are interested in that one, and then I got one that's open that I really, really enjoyed. You know what's a great bottle? 23A. When you have two of them, he's talking about you.
Wait, what?
He said, you know it's a great bottle, 23A, when you have two of them, the Stag. So Jeff's got two Stag 23As that they go to Tyler. So I'm going to go meet up with Jeff tomorrow and pick up those 23As. I want to move my tray closer so we're not making a huge mess. I'll give you these two glasses.
You gonna close your eyes or what?
I'm gonna face away. Oh,
face away.
Face away to get faded away. Play on my phone for a minute. It's funny. We were just talking about this earlier. This guy's selling Old WA for $110 each or $200 for the pair, and this motherfucker comes in and says $190 for the pair. You know exactly what I'm talking about, too.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Sure do.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up.
Okay.
Yeah. Get back in position. All right. So mine are blinds. He knows what he has over there for his, but I think. Oh, I thought the color was different because when you look at the color at the bottles, the color looks pretty similar. One of these is a little bit larger of a pour, but very, very slightly. I'm going to start with our black Glen's Hopper one first. On the nose, I'm going to nose them both. I think I might be able to tell them apart from the nose.
I hope so.
Yeah, I can tell them apart on the nose, but I don't know. It's been a while since I've had these, so we'll see. It's got the funkiness to it. Now I'm gonna second guess myself like 5 times. White one's the Old Forester, right? The black one's the Grizzly Beast. I think. I don't even know. You think I'd be able to tell these bottles apart? One of these is double the cost. They both taste great. They both smell good. Mouthfeel on that one's good. It's very light. Got a little bit of a burn on the back end. I think this one's the Old Forester. I think the burn on the back end is the part that like scares me off. It's not bad. It's just the finish. It's not as refined as I would like. I would say. This one's a little bit hot on the front end, but it dissipates on the back end. The smoothness on it, though, honestly, they're kind of a toss-up on which one I like better. That's crazy because I really don't know which one you poured in which glass. I thought I would. I can't even tell them apart. That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. I'll be honest, guys. I literally can't tell these apart. I think I like the one with the black top better. That's tough. You think I would be able to tell these apart, but I really can't.
Let me tell you which one's which.
My winner, before he tells me, I'm picking the black top. I think the black top is just a little bit more refined. I don't think it's refined that much more. I think they're both very smooth drinkers. I think they were in their own brackets when we did our first round pick. They blew the other bottle out of the water. Like there was no question about it. Honestly, for me, these are pretty tied. I don't know if they feel the same for you because you know what you're drinking. I mean, I know I'm drinking one of these, but
they do actually taste kind of similar.
I was kind of surprised. So I'm picking the black cap. I think whatever that one was, I think that was the better one.
That was Old Forester.
That's crazy. But I'm a huge Old Forester fan. So Buffalo Trace was my favorite distillery for the longest time. It still is. And Old Forester is my second favorite distillery. So that doesn't surprise me. I think the smoothness is actually quite there for it. So I'm thinking one of the Ultra Kentucky Pappy. Yeah, the Old Forester Whiskey Row Series versus the Redwood Empire, Sonoma, California.
So with the Redwood Empire, the mid palate to me is kind of unrefined, and I get some bitterness.
Yeah,
at least more than I do with the Old Forester.
I got more oakiness on Old Forester than,
and that's not necessarily a good or a bad thing. It's just what I get.
So Black Cap was Old Forester.
Yep,
that's crazy. Can't even really tell the difference. I'll be honest.
I can definitely taste more oak on the Old Forester.
I did, that part I did taste, but the oak was smooth. It wasn't harsh. The Redwood Empire is not harsh either, but it has a little bit more of a bitter note to it on the Redwood Empire. Would you?
Yeah, I don't know if I would. I know I said bitter, but maybe it's just I don't know. Is it really bitter, or is it more like a spice? I'm not sure.
So it looks like time to drink. Yeah, we've been drinking for a little bit already. We did our first round of the March Madness bracket that I've yet to upload. So kind of behind on that one. But we had 20 bottles, and obviously 20 bottles in a bracket doesn't really work out very well. So this is actually the second rounds of all of these bottles. We got 10 bottles, and we are on our fourth set. Redwood Empire versus Old Forester.
I'm going Old Forester as well.
And we're picking Old Forester. I didn't mind blind because I felt like I wanted to take some of the bias out because I really like these bottles. But
$70 to $75 right here, maybe even more.
It's more than that. It's like $84.99, I think, at specs.
Mid-40s.
Before taxes.
Mid-40s right here on Old Forester. Still won, in our opinions.
So
it's a loser.
Loser bottle.
Which is surprising because it's really good. But Old Forester is just a sleeper, man.
This is a good bottle. I never had a bottle of Mbana Old Forester until Tyler brought it over. I've had several Old Forester offerings, but this is what I would consider their cheap or their bottom shelf of their lineup, and this is actually really, really good. All right. Millium and green unbridged for me. I can still get that at specs too, but that one's not part of the bottled and bond. That's the one thing we got going on for this bracket is they're all bottled and bond. It's one of Tyler's ideas, and we're trying to capitalize on it, making it work. And I feel like I'm letting it flop, but that's because we decided to open it up from 16 bottles to 20 bottles. Otherwise, we would have had a bracket to where we show on screen. But it's fun either way. This is the last of the second round before we move to our next bracket, which it'll be tough to get to the finals because we're going to have an odd number of bottles, but we'll figure that out when we get there. So next round, we've got a Ben Holiday bottled in bond. This is their straight bourbon whiskey. So the other one is also bottled in bond, the soft red wheat, but it didn't make the cut. So
single barrel E.H.
You got the E.H. Taylor single barrel up against the Ben Holiday. I'm going to have to at least put a ton of this in the description and put some timestamps so if people do want to rewatch this, they're not hunting for it. Straight bourbon. I have a feeling which one I think is going to win this one, only because it comes from my favorite distillery. But I will be curious to see. Les said it's getting real now. He's just going for it. He ain't even measuring. I love it. Here's your Ben Holiday. I'm just going to go for it too, I guess.
You won't suffer.
I don't think it was that much heavier before, was it?
Yeah, it's a little bit heavy.
Can you tell I like it? So my each chiller's on the left and yours on the left, so I'll let you put that bottle over there in front of you. We got the Ben Holiday over here. One of these days I'll have a camera set up where we can see the tables and myself at the same time. I like all of the Whiskey Row except the 1870. Which one's the 1870? I don't know which one the 1870 is. I'll have to look that one up. So that's good to know that you like all of them except the 1870, though, that you at least like all the other Old Foresters, because I'm a huge fan of them. Just had some Blue Note Rye. Delicious. Great head-to-head. Yeah, I had to do that one with some coins over them because I had a big bias on that one. This will be a fun one to see, though. This one will be probably one of the better head-to-heads of the night, too. Likes the Holiday, but E.H. Taylor single barrel for the win. So we're already calling it. Getting real now. Vic is it is not apples, oatmeal, and cinnamon. I don't want to hear about it. He's trying to refer to that Evan Williams Heroes Edition.
Dude, Evan Williams Hero Edition for the meme wins.
Going to win, but Holiday is underrated. Yeah, Holiday is underrated. Add some vanilla in your clothes. Each about to pimp down. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I'm going to start with the Ben Holiday. Get things started out right. I think the Ben Holiday is a very appreciative bottle that I've had. I like the soft red wheat, but it didn't make it to the second round. But the straight bourbon, they're both bottled in bond. This one did make it.
These are actually pretty similar on nose.
This one's just got a lot more of a oakiness to it. A lot of barrel taste, a little bit of char too. Pretty medium char on this bottle. Hey, my mom's in chat. How are you doing, Mom? Me and Tyler over here drinking our second round pick. So we've got 10 bottles. We've already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 9, sample number 9, glass 9, to put it in perspective on how much we've already had to drink.
So to me, the Ben Holiday tastes like an older whiskey than what it is. It tastes like a really well refined whiskey, personally. So
I get a lot of char on it. I get a lot of oakiness too from the barrel. Definitely from the barrel.
I get some oak, but I don't get much char.
And the char is not. It's not heavy. It's like a light char. Some of those their charts, like it almost tastes burnt. I'm not saying this is like a burnt char, just almost like a charcoal. Hmm. It's pretty smooth, but it leaves like this grittiness behind on my mouth too.
I'm not getting any of that.
No,
No. To me,
it's like there's a texture that's left behind.
To me, it's delicious. I can't find anything wrong with it, other than the fact that I don't get any fruit from it, and I love getting fruit notes.
Yeah, I don't get any fruit. I think the nose is good. I think the front end of the palate, it feels like it should be harsh, but there's nothing on there that's harsh at all. It's super light, very easy to drink, very viscous. And I think that on the mid palate, it kind of starts to creep up and develop this flavor profile. And then on the end palate, that's where I get like all the flavor. I think it all comes towards the end. In the finish, it's still sitting there. Like I still taste it. It's not like a burning sensation, but it's got like this longer note that it's hard to describe on how it plays out. But the earthiness that I get from it and the what I describe as char is quite pleasant.
I think I'm getting some red apple now.
I don't get any fruit on this at all.
I'm getting some red apple now.
But this one has a very long finish.
Took a while to get it, but I think I got some.
I think everyone's starting to get home from work. We're at 17 viewers. Cheers, everybody. Getting this ready for the next round already. That was the Ben Holiday. Now for the H. Taylor. I think you guys know which one you expect to win, and I think we expect to win as well. It's tough to beat a E.H. Taylor single barrel, guys, even on the nose.
Yeah. The H. Taylor to me wins.
It's got more complexity.
It's kind of unfair.
Just like in basketball, guys, though, when you're putting teams up against each other, sometimes you got a ranked team that's towards the top of their game, big win streaks, and you put that little team up, and sometimes that little team could do something, but sometimes they don't really stand a chance. And I think this may have been one where they just didn't have a chance. So.
It's got such a good build. It just everything flows from the the front of the palate to the back. It's just a great drink, man.
It develops. It definitely develops as it goes, and there's no harshness or switch of pace in between.
And now that I go back to the Ben Holiday, I do get some char now. I just needed the other one to kind of get a reference point.
And the char's not harsh. Like sometimes, like my Blanton's Gold, it's not burnt.
Oh man, your Blanton's Gold. Oof. Yep.
What flows, Tyler? We're talking about the palate. So from the beginning to the middle to the end of palate, there's not any point where I can decide where it changes pace as far as harshness. There's no peaks or valleys. It's pretty flat line as far as how it develops. It just completely goes through front, middle, end, and it just finishes very smoothly and nicely. There's no harsh notes or harsh bumps in between. And for 100 proof, the single barrel, bottled in bonds, like Buffalo Trace did something right.
Yeah,
it's a good bottle.
It has no fat on it. It's just really streamlined and just really, really good.
Dave Vogelsang saying cheers to Drizzo. Also, Dave Vogelsang, because I don't know if I told you, I did receive your package. Everything made it. I'm super excited. If my dad's still watching, I won't disclose everything, but we've got some more content that my dad will be a part of. I'm so excited. I'm a huge Old Forester fan, so that's a huge thing for me. Old Fits, depending on the products, like some of them, not so much, but Old Fits in general. Like I had an Old Fit 17, also super awesome. So I'm really excited to try those gifts. He's got the laughing face. Oh, said Puff Trace is the Glock of bourbon. So Dave started laughing. Dad content, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm ready for my dad to come over. We got some more beers. We got Bottle Logic beers too. We have yet to touch those, and now we've got even more stuff to try. So I'm super excited. This is good.
Yep, it is good.
makes it to the next round and unfortunately beats out the Ben Holiday. I say unfortunately because this is a good bottle. It just wasn't good enough. What is this foil food?
Barstown. I think, right? That's Barstown, right?
Yeah.
It's probably the Bond and Bond. Barstown.
So that completes our second round. Scheinbach while watching, I'm chasing it with whistle. So our second round for our raffle, or our brackets. Words are hard. We had George Dickel versus Old Tub. George Dickel beat it out. Henry McKenna 10-year versus Old Riff. Henry McKenna won. Jack Daniels versus Early Times. The Jack Daniels won. Redwood Empire Grizzly Beast versus the Old Forester Bonded.
I think both of those are upsets too, in my opinion.
Old Forester took it, and then E.H. Taylor single barrel, hands down, destroyed the Ben Holiday. So just like you guys called it, you knew it was going to happen for that E.H. Taylor. But the Jack Daniels beating the Early Times, it kind of is a surprise, honestly, even for me. And the Old Forester taking it from the Redwood Empire just shows that, a bottle half its cost can absolutely take it down.
That's not to say either one of those are bad. Those are both really good pours. They just
Josh is quoting me. He's like, he said raffle, deal's a deal. Raffle them off. No, because his mommy is drinking champagne while watching. Well, what she didn't say is she has to drink champagne in order to watch me. Because if she's not drinking and getting drunk or getting tipsy, how can she enjoy my content with me and Tyler drinking this? She's like, whiskey, this is boring. I don't drink whiskey. So that leaves us with a dilemma, guys. We're at 5 bottles right now. And those 5 bottles are going to have to go head to head, but
it's easy. You just give the single barrel E.H. Taylor a buy.
One of them's getting a buy, but then even at that point, we're going to have another one where it's going to need another buy right after.
It's going to be there's no barrel, another buy.
So what I'm thinking is I'm going to pull up a wheel, and we're going to spin the wheel, and whatever the wheel lands on is going to be the first bottle. Whatever the wheel lands on second will be the second bottle, and we'll put them head-to-head that way, so that way the buy for one of the bottles will be unbiased. So let's see if I can get that wheel up and going for us. Need a keyboard. Random wheel generator. The wheel of names. So we've got E.H. Taylor. We've got George Dickel. Henry McKenna. Jack Daniels. And Old Forester. Round robin. EH for the win. Let's go ahead and present this so you guys can see the wheel. The wheel will decide the first bottle and the second bottle, and these 2 bottles will be the ones that we go head to head. 5-way blind, last 3 out is what Mike Brock suggests. 5-way blind would be tough. I don't have that many glasses. I think we're going to have to stick to the wheel for now.
Ask you if I should bring my Glens, and you're like,
no,
don't bring them.
Well, we didn't figure we were going to get stuck here. We're stuck here right now. We're going to let these get the first 2 bottles to do. All right, Jack Daniels is front and center. And let's see what the next bottle will be. 5-way blind, last 3 out does sound like a good idea. I don't have enough glasses for that.
Oh, poor Jack Daniels.
Poor Jack Daniels.
Can we?
Hey, I just finished my pour, but can I have some more?
Is there even any? Do we even really need to do this?
Yeah, I think so. I want some more E.H. Taylor single barrel. What about you guys? You guys want to see me drink some more E.H. Taylor single barrel? I will say for the Jack Daniels that the nose on it is probably actually better than the E.H. Taylor.
The nose is better than everything I've smelled tonight.
Jack Daniels versus E.H. Taylor. Oh no! They're spilling E.H. Taylor everywhere. Whew. Tyler asked if I wanted to bring those glasses. Now we're getting this as a suggestion. We probably should have, but that was my fault.
All right.
Jack Daniels besides number 7 are good. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Jack Daniels, all of them I've had so far that wasn't old number 7 have been good.
Have you had JD12 yet?
Yes, I had a sample of it from Bob.
I haven't had it yet.
107 proof Jack Daniels is freaking delicious. I had a 12-year age statement, even better. The Jack Daniels bonded is very smooth. I can't sit here and pretend that it's better than E.H. Taylor single barrel as far as complexity goes, but the smoothness, the nose, the Jack Daniels has a lot going for it.
Man, maybe it's because I'm more drunk now than earlier, but it is good.
You guys want to see this be given away? He's like, I want to keep that one. That was actually one of the better ones.
Surprisingly delicious.
I'm putting it in the loser's box already, though. I didn't even ask. I just put it in the loser's box.
Yeah, it's just the mouthfeel just doesn't stand up to the H. Taylor.
The nose and the lightness of the Jack Daniels bonded, though, is exceptional.
Did you get some peanut on your Jack Daniels? I got a little bit of peanut just then.
Not really. I get more of that barrel taste. Oh, that's good, though. I don't think that was a contest, guys. EH for the win. Josh said it. We already knew.
The Jack Daniels just tastes like a cheaper whiskey, but still really good for its price point. Like
absolutely.
For its price point.
Absolutely. H. Taylor's just good, guys. It's good. All right. So we've got 3 bottles left on the wheel. 2 of those bottles are going to go head to head.
Damn it! I'm just making a mess over here.
Whatever we have that goes into the next round as a buy, we will do a 3-way blind to end it. So we'll do a Glen Clean. I'll have to step away for a second, let Tyler entertain you guys. And I will use some beer glasses that are also fluted. And then we'll let Tyler use 3 Glens, and we'll put 3 of them together. And I'll probably step out of the room so he can pour mine up blind. So I'll have 2 Glen toppers and 1 that's non-topped. So all 3 of mine will be 100% blind, and then you can know what yours are if you want, unless you want yours to be blind as well. Well, let's get to that round first. So let's go back to present. Think about that here in a second. We're going to get the wheel back up. 2 of these bottles are going head-to-head right now. One of them's getting a buy. Tyler entertained us. Dance, boy, dance. Old Forester is not getting the buy because it's next on deck. It's a very, very good bottle, too. Looks like the Dickle's going to make it to the final round.
How did that happen?
Henry McKenna is on deck as the second bottle, which means George Dickel will, in fact, be making it to the finals. He doesn't seem too enthused on that one making it. All right. I'm going to pour up some Henry McKenna on the right. I'm just eyeballing this. We're not measuring anymore. We've gotten lazy. Once you start drinking, you just stop caring. I think you might have had some water in your Glen, so you get a little bit heavier on the Henry McKenna pour because I didn't want to be too watered down for you. You got to dump them. I got a rocks glass for you to pour it in because that's pretty. It's like
I got to drive home, bro.
Don't drink it all then. We're right where the Dickle belongs, on top.
first?
Yeah. I think the Henry McKenna's pretty damn good. The only stream where Dickel makes it to the final, it's only because of a wheel spin, because we probably would have voted this one out a long time ago. George Dickel's had probably the hardest train to get from the start to now. Oh, I gotta write these down.
It's like a little engine that could.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of really isn't fair though, because the McKenna's got 10 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, it is. And it's super smooth. There's not a harsh note on that. It never makes the finals at my house. Yeah, George Dickel probably shouldn't, but it's there. Hey, Jesus is here. What's going on, Jesus?
So when I take them side by side, there's more going on with the McKenna. It almost makes the old Forester seem boring. I guess that's how I would describe it. I don't know if that's how you describe it or not, but
I think this one's got a lot more heat and ethanol forward on it, and I think this one's just more smooth. And I think that just comes with the age statement. I think with age, the ethanol chills out, mellows out greatly. Understand that whatever these go into in the barrel and what they come out at doesn't really matter. The only way that it can maintain the bottled in bond description, because that's a claim right there. The only way they can get it down to 100 proof is cutting it, and they cut it with water. They can't cut it with anything else other than water. They can't blend it with another whiskey. They can't add anything else to proof it down except water. So when you talk about something that's younger, a lot more ethanol, a lot more hyper, that water calms it down, but not near as much on something that's had 10 years to age. Ooh, that hurt.
for the old Forester age statement, it really does do well. But I just think the McKenna is better. That's my opinion.
I thought so too. I think it's just more smooth, more well-rounded. I like that.
So McKenna
beat out the old Forester.
These are the losers over here, right?
Yeah, in the box.
Pretty good losers.
Because it is. Jameer saying Heaven Hill on top. Hey, Joel Stearns in the chat. What's going on, brother? I'm going to have to go do a little quick Glen clean because we're going to need 3 Glens, and I only have 4 Glens. So Tyler's getting 3 Glens. I'm going to use some beer glasses, but I got to clean off all the mouth spit for him so that way he doesn't have to get all that. And I will be back.
Thank you. You're so nice.
I'll be back with my beer glasses because my beer glasses are behind us in the cabinet. We'll be ready for that final round, and we will let Tyler entertain you guys.
You have to dance?
You don't have to.
Let's see.
Hey, John's in the chat saying good morning, gents.
How do I make the stuff pop up over here?
You can just click on the comment and it'll highlight it.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Where are we at? HH on top. Cheers. Hey, John. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Yeah, so I guess what do we have left? We have the E.H. Taylor single barrel, the George Dickel, and what just one? The McKenna. I think that we all know that the Taylor single barrel is probably going to end up winning, but the McKenna is really solid. Like, and again, it's 10 years, so I don't know how fair that is, but last time we did this and this time, this is my first 2 times drinking Henry McKenna, and it's my bottle. I brought it from the house, and that's when I opened it, but it's delicious. So I have nothing to complain about. It's really, really good.
Pick a glass, either glass, doesn't matter. They're both clean.
Thank you.
I will grab some beer glasses.
Uh-oh.
I stepped on my keyboard.
Oh, I think Joel asked a question. I think I missed a few comments.
Oh, 6 grilled cheese knocked me the fuck out. Definitely recommend, to be honest. John,
6 grilled cheeses.
John's destroying. So that reminds me of that meme with the guy that has Down syndrome, where his family keeps asking him because every time they go out to like a nice restaurant, he's eating grilled cheeses in the restaurant. And like, he brings his own grilled cheeses because he asked for one on the menu. If they don't have one, he just pulls one out. And he's like, we don't know how he keeps getting all these grilled cheeses. Like, we've taken everything away from him. And I'm like, we don't know if he's making them at night or not.
Is this a movie?
No, it's a little skit. And then the guy with the Down syndrome shows him as a split screen for the next one. He's in his room at night, and he's like, I'm making him at night. And he's making more grilled cheeses for the next day. Tyler, did you get the 13 Colony 15th anniversary yet?
It's in the mail. And I'm excited.
I'm not Uncle Danny, so I'm going to play Uncle Danny so you can see that skit afterwards.
Joel, are you going to open yours and drink it?
Oh. I get more H. Taylor Singing barrel. All right, I'll turn my back again. He says probably yes. He will probably open it.
I'm going to drink mine side by side with my 13th Colony stuff loaked. Maybe I'll let RJ do it with me. He's a nice guy.
I'm hoping to get one for myself if I'm lucky. I don't know if I'm going to be that lucky. So this is going to be for the final round. I'm going to do mine blind. We've got E.H. Taylor single barrel. We've got George Dickel, and then we've got the Heaven Hill Distillery, the Henry McKenna 10-year. I'm going to let him pour up mine. He can rearrange the colors or toppers however he wants. I'm going to face this way. I'm excited. I am excited for this because this has been long awaited to see which one's going to come out on top. And it's kind of no surprise that E.H. Taylor made it to the finals. Oh, that makes sense. My mom posted 44 minutes ago. Anyone here have AT&T Uverse that is out? So she's not watching me because she wants to. She's watching because she has nothing else to watch. That's what she uses AT&T Uverse to watch TV. So she doesn't even have TV right now. That's why she's watching us. Even better. I think I got a Jack Daniel's 12 sample down here too for you to try afterwards. If I can find it. Since apparently you haven't opened your bottle yet.
Nope, I haven't.
I don't know where the sample is. Maybe I finished it off already. Oh, I already finished it off. I see it down below. It's empty. How are we looking?
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. It's Tyler's job to keep track of which one's which for me. Let's see where we're at. Wrong bottle, Tyler. Shocked. Shh.
I did this.
Okay. I'm going to start right to left. Starting out with our Whiskey Shaman Challenge coin class.
If you can't guess these from each other.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot to drink, but I should be able to at least pick the winner. These all three are very different.
Yeah, they are pretty different.
When you think about it, I mean, we got Dickel.
I might have poured a little bit too much in that middle one, but
Hey, maybe if that's more E.H. Taylor, I'll be happy with that. That was extra smooth on that one. That's really good, actually. That's the cheapest bottle too. I know it's the cheapest bottle because it's very distinguishable flavor profile, but That tastes different than when we had it earlier. I've also had a lot more drinks since then.
Yeah, I don't think the drink has changed much. I think you've changed.
Bingo, my card is filled. It's funny, we had a live stream card we were talking about doing with Matt from Whiskey Wisdom, where it's like if someone took their shirt off, or someone like we had like because they expect me to take my shirt off during the videos, or someone said like interrupted someone else. Like there's a whole list of things, and if they filled out the bingo card, they were going to get like a free giveaway.
Nice.
Why do they all taste the same now? I'm just kidding. They don't taste the same at all. This is really good though.
I'm waiting to drink mine until you finish.
That's good. This one's got too much of an edge on it though. Blacks out. I think the edge is disappointing on that one. Try one more time just in case. It's got a good flavor. It does. But it's not smooth. Well, it's not as smooth as the other two. Might disappoint you there. That's okay.
This is my poker face.
This one's got some meat to it as well. I can tell that I've had too much to drink because the flavor profiles have drastically changed. Not because they're blind and I'm nervous, but more so just how many pours we've actually had. Because we went down to 10 bottles, but we've drank some of them on second and third rounds.
Then I had like 4 different samples also on the side.
Disco 11.
Either one of those are great pours, man. If you want spice, if you want a little more spice, go with the dark arts. If you want something more fruity, go with the Disco 11.
Nah, you're nervous. Quacking, petrified.
I think that's quaking, not quacking.
Quaking. I've been drinking too much.
It's like you're in a real dilemma right now.
I am.
Man, like, what if you don't choose the E.H. Taylor?
I'm okay with that, actually. I think this is the Dickel. You can tell me on that one. Is that Dickel or no? The Shaman coin?
I'm not going to take anything until you finish.
I'm voting it out. That's done. That's
That's
a
fine.
no.
That's fine.
No? You don't like that one?
I'm telling you, when you finish 1, 2, and 3, then I'll tell you.
They all taste the same now, though, because it's so much to drink. I'm going to say this is the winner. I'm going to say this is second. This is third. So I'll rearrange them if that doesn't affect you. You good? Are you rearrange them or you good on the colors? I don't want to mess you up.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. First, second, third.
You want to know now, or you want to wait till I try mine?
You can try yours if you want. You know what you're drinking, though. Upset, guys. Here it is. Third place.
Third place was Dickel.
It was actually very smooth this go around, though, compared to earlier. So earlier, there's a lot more oakiness on it. So third place with the Shaman. Dickel didn't make it.
It's got a good nose, though.
Second place. Here's the upset.
Second place,
E.H. Taylor Single Barrel.
E.H. Taylor Single Barrel.
And then for Jameer, the fanboy, number one, his favorite, Heaven Hill, Henry McKenna Tenure. For me. And it's not that the E.H. Taylor Single Barrel is bad. I mean, obviously, it's freaking awesome. It made it to the finals. And not like Dickel, where it just got drafted to the finals. The Henry McKenna Tenure is just very smooth. I think it's got less notes going on for the Henry McKenna. but I think it's more refined for what it is. It's a one-trick pony where it does what it does very well and nothing else. And I think the E.H. Taylor single barrel, although being a single barrel can change pretty crazy between single barrels, is very solid. I actually enjoy the Henry McKenna better.
Wow. Do they have NAS on the Taylors, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think they. I mean, I'm sure somebody in the chat knows what they say the age statement is on the Taylors, but I don't think it states it on the bottle.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Obviously, minimum 4-year age statement. I think the bottled and bond E.H. Taylor. This is just a guess. I'm not. If you guys know E.H. Taylor bottled and bonds, the single barrels on how long they're actually aged for, I want to say they're 5 to 7 years, but that's a guess.
Yeah, the Jack Bonded finished fourth, right? It finished just outside the top 3, right?
Yeah, Jack Daniel's bonded actually made it pretty damn far. It went up against Old Riff. Sorry, Jack Daniels went up against early times bottled and bonded and beat it, but it didn't make it past the E.H. Taylor single barrel.
Man, that McKenna is really good. You're not lying. Man, that's close. If this was a single barrel store pick and it was cherry.
Oh, if it was the store pick that I had from you that you poured up for me, hands down.
Yeah.
There, that store pick you have is exceptional. I think it would beat the Henry McKenna. But I will say, out of the 2 Henry McKennas I've had, this one specifically, and the one I had that I finished off, this one is definitely the better bottle. They are a toss-up, so I understand why some people are struggling with them.
Man, those are both so good.
Is Tyler gonna shave his beard again?
It's almost end of March.
It's funny because his has already grown in and mine hasn't. I've trimmed it up though, where I don't look like I have 4 chins.
Wait, that's as much as you've grown in since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This part grows in a lot more than this, but mine does not grow evenly at all.
Huh.
My dad can't even really grow facial hair though.
Wow.
So, hey, Barrel Dave's in the house. We got an Overwatch party tonight. I can't go too late, Barrel Dave, because I'm going to be going up to one of our favorite liquor stores, Applejack's up in Denton. I'm going to be meeting up with Jeff from Drizzo Nation, and we are going to be killing it. But Discord afterwards. Well, not right afterwards. You guys can hang out in Discord. Looks like we already got Riley Tesla, Gunner, Carl, Jameer, Matt G, and Mike Borton are already chilling in the speakeasy over on the Discord. The Discord is in the description of this live stream. If you guys haven't joined that, you're more than welcome to. Absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a thing. You join that speakeasy chat, hang out with the boys. If you don't like the conversations going on, we got chat channels below that too, so you guys can go to another chat channel and chat about whatever you guys want and invite whoever you want. It's just a hangout place. You'll see us pop in and out of that speakeasy all day, every day. Doesn't matter what day it is, what time it is. We'll be there. Someone's going to be there. And if you pop in, chat, and hang out for long enough, someone else will join you. Most of us try to make time to hang out. I didn't even want to make a Discord server, but that was popular among the subscribers. That's what they wanted to see, so we made one. And there it is. John just popped up, bugging the sun. So John's in the chat now too. So they're already having a good old time, probably talking shit about me and Tyler. And Jameer is definitely in there because he's over here raving. I told you suckers that E.H. Taylor wasn't going to beat out the Henry McKenna tenure, at least for my blind. We still got Tyler's opinion to hear to see what he thinks is the best. He might actually disagree with me, so we'll see what he has to say.
Is that my cue?
Yeah, let's hear what you got to say. I'm curious on all 3 of them. I mean, I know Dickel is really no contest, but even though it had some buys, it's still pretty good. People hate on Dickel.
I'll tell this to Jeff if Jeff's watching.
Yep, Jeff's in here.
This with bowl peanuts, man. That's great. Like
it's not bad.
Like it's
really solid. Like the people who hate on George Dickel, I think the Blue Label bottled and bond is really a solid bottle.
Actually, kind of makes me want to try the 15-year. The 15-year Dickel Aren't those like affordable? Like $60 or something?
Yeah, I actually have a special bottle of Dickel if you want to try some. Clean up on your Glens right now.
I would love to try a quote unquote special bottle of Dickel. In the meantime,
it's a 9-year. It's a pick.
So this is my quick synopsis of the McKenna versus the single barrel. It's a little bit unfair because McKenna's 10 years old. The peaks and valleys on the single barrel, now that it's facing a 10-year-old whiskey head to head, seems much more rough. So the McKenna is good enough and well balanced enough, and the body is good enough that it actually makes the single barrel feel a little bit unbalanced and a little bit rough. So, and we know how good the single barrel is for H. Taylor. So, I mean, that speaks volumes to the 10-year McKenna, and I'm going to go with the 10-year McKenna as well. Surprisingly, because
I'm a huge Buffalo Trace fanboy, so it's surprising me too.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, that's it. And it's actually much more available than the single barrels are, as I'm sure most of you know.
Yeah, the E.H. Taylor single barrel, the Buffalo Trace fanboys, they buy that out as soon as it touches the shelf. In fact, most of the time it doesn't even make it on the shelf. It just goes straight on a secondary market or in someone's car from the liquor store before it even hits the shelf. So,
yep.
If you want to clean out a Glen, I've got a pour for you. I've got a special bottle. It's a store pick. This was given to me from one of the subscribers too. She's local to our area. She was bourbon hunting with me. She brought this store pickup of George Dickel. It is 103 proof, and this is a Tullahoma, if I can pronounce that right, from Tullahoma, Tennessee. This is their 103 proof pick, and man, was this actually really good. It's a 9-year age-stated George Dickel product, so we're bumping it up from 4 years, and we're pushing that Henry McKenna territory. So if you really want to, you don't have to pour up more if you don't want to, but that Henry McKenna 10-year, if you want to do those as a head-to-head, I think this George Dickel will definitely compete much better than our bottled-in bond would. I know we're stepping it up a couple proof points, though. Dickel is affordable, but strangely allocated. Yeah, some of them are. Some of them are.
Thank you, sir.
I got this bottle as part of a deal. It was part of some trades, but she wanted to hand me some stuff. I got some samples, and I got this George Dickel. It had a little bit more in it than this does, but not much more. It's about half a bottle. 9-year Dickel, 103 proof. Pretty good.
This smells just like the bottled in bond to me. It literally smells just like it to me.
I think it might have been. I think they just aged it longer than it proofed it all the way down. Joel S. said the 15-year Dickel at 80 proof is bad. The 100 proof is better. This one's a 9-year 103
This
proof.
is really good.
Yeah.
This is like a better version of the bonded. Wow. Like I get just a little hint of the boiled peanuts on this one. It's not like overwhelming on the back like the bonded was.
My dad said, like you both need another. Are you really homies if you don't smell each other's Glens? I love you, Jeff.
Man.
I'm going to make some space by moving some stuff around on this tray, but we've got some one more pour for sure that we're going to do. It's going to be a fresh crack. I know Tyler's excited to try it. I think you guys will be excited to see it too.
I don't know if I tell you
I say excited because he's not a Texas whiskey fan, but I'm excited to see his reaction.
I'm anxious to try it. Man, dude, thank you for that Dickel. That's actually like really good.
Yeah,
like, I really like that.
Yeah. I'll move that in a second, guys. I know that's in the way. Make sure I don't grab the wrong one. That'd be terrible if I grabbed the wrong one. Hopefully you guys don't see that. Try to hide that. All right, guys. We've got one for the fresh crack. I've got my beer glasses. I'm going to move over because I'm going to grab a Glen for this one. That's why I clean both Glens. Ugh. Oh. All right, guys, fresh crack on the fresh crack pull. Yeah. Wait, is this the 2020 Cowboy? Why, yes. Yes, it is.
It is beautiful.
So we got a Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon box with the 2021. So if you guys haven't been following or checking out everything, I actually got a Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon when I was up at Apple Jacks with Jeff, but I got the 2023, the hazmat one, which is my first hazmat bottle. This one is the 2021. This is not hazmat. This one is 133.9 proof, but I figured since it's not my birthday bottle, why can't I open this one? So now I've had a sample of the 2022, and I thought it was delicious. Tyler's not a huge fan of Texas whiskey. Garrison Brothers, it's overhyped. Like, it's very expensive for what it is. This bottle, the guy was asking $200 for it. Essentially, we paid $109 for it. I say we. I found the deal. I told Tyler capitalize on it. He essentially paid $109 for this bottle and met up with the guy. So for $109, I think this is a buy all day, every day. But that's just not realistic to find it for $109. So I'm going to take its little metal off of it because Tyler's going to think this needs to go in the trash after he tries it. It won't deserve the metal. But we're gonna fresh crack a Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon right here, right now. And because this isn't my special birthday bottle, we can sample this out. So we'll probably run a giveaway, not on YouTube, which is where we're at right now, but over on the Discord. I think we'll do a giveaway of a sample of the Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon from 2020, which is 133.9 proof. So let's go ahead and take that wax off. These are a tough one to get off sometimes. The wax on this one is definitely difficult.
You made it look easy.
I made it look easy because it didn't have plastic on it. Here we go, crack. Pretty solid for 2020. But disappointing. Synthetic cork. Couldn't have gone with a real cork. Come on now. You got a clean blend?
Yep.
Clean enough?
Yep. It's water. There's water in it.
You don't have to drink it all. I'll take it. I just want to make sure I give you a fair pour.
It's a beautiful color. Can you guys see that color? It's almost like a rose colored. It's beautiful.
You guys have it right here. Fresh crack Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon. Texas whiskey. Not Tyler's favorite, but he's going to try it anyways. Because Garrison Brothers, in my opinion, does make good stuff. I just think they're overpriced for what they are.
It smells good. It's like it smells fruity. Some kind of fruit. I don't know. I can't really decide which fruit it is.
High proof, by the way. We're jumping the proof up. We've been doing 100 proof all day. We're moving up. I say that, and you've already had Stag Batch 18. Well, we did 8 year. What else did you have over there?
Midwinter's Night, and the other one was Weather Foolproof.
Weather Foolproof. So he's had some other pours.
It smells really good, man.
Oh, that's right, Carl. I completely forgot. We've been doing this whole video this whole time, and no one said anything.
No! This felt normal until then.
We got to redo the whole thing now because I didn't have the cowboy hat on. Are you guys ready to see the whole blind again?
I wouldn't be able to drive home.
Now, guys, the cowboy hat's not required, but it is funny that he posted the little cowboy hat. Cowboy bourbon, though, honestly, pretty damn good.
So where have you tried this before?
I've had samples.
Okay.
Lots of samples.
Of 2020?
Not of 2020, just cowboy bourbon.
This is your first time ever trying a 2020?
2020, correct, yes. Okay. He's over here looking at me like, oh, how's he going to respond? So, high proof, 133.9 proof. We get a lot of that oakiness, woodiness to it. There's a chocolate note to it, but it's not like a chocolate. It's like a cocoa, so it's a lighter, sweeter note. It almost has like a mesquite flavor to it as well.
I can smell like the mesquite on it. In the nose. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, you haven't even tried it yet? Okay.
Nope.
This is good. I'm impressed. This is good. He doesn't like it. I'm willing to bet he doesn't like it because it's got a lot of heat and it's got a lot of woodiness to it, which I know that's not what he likes. He likes the fruitier stuff. That's why he's here with me. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But Texas whiskey, it's not for everybody, guys. This is high proof. You don't want the rest of that. You pour it in my Glen. I'll drink it because that shit's good.
Let me acclimate for a moment.
It's good.
I'm not going to pass judgment prematurely.
Is it ass? No, Carl. I don't think so. I think this is pretty delicious. It's definitely warm. It's definitely unique. It does have the Texas funk to it. It's tough to age anything in Texas longer than 4 years. The longest age stated thing I've seen in Texas was 6 years, and that was already pretty brutal just because of our summers. We'll have 30 consecutive days over 100 degrees, so you'll lose like half the barrel in 6 years.
What is that? What is that wood? Is that mesquite? Is that the?
I'm pretty sure there's mesquite on this. I wouldn't know unless I looked it up.
There's
or read something about it.
There's an odd wood-like flavor, but it's not oak. I wouldn't say it's good because I don't like that, but I can definitely see how people would enjoy it, and I totally understand why RJ enjoys it. But RJ, you can have the rest of mine.
I like unique whiskeys, guys. This is a unique one. It is a Texas whiskey. I understand that's not for everybody, especially when we talk price point. The price point doesn't even make sense, not even close for what this is worth. The price that we got this bottle for, however, I do think this is 100% worth it. Even if you don't like Texas whiskey, I think this is a unique enough pour that if you wanted something special or something different, this is it. When would you drink this? What season would you drink this? How would you drink this? Would you pair this with a food? I have some experimenting to do. I bet there's some stuff out there that if you have this alongside a food pairing, this could be quite pleasant on its own, though. And this is where I can agree with you. The flavor profile, it's not desirable. It's very, very different. Very different. And it's not necessarily a good different. And I say good different because of the woodiness. There's a lot of wood to this. And I normally don't like things that are woody. But this flavor profile on this Garrison Brothers with this cocoa note that I got too, I don't know if you got that note like I did.
All I got was straight up woods.
There's a lot of wood to this, and it's not charred either. A lot of people mistake wood for char. This is not char. Chocolate and cherries, in my opinion, is what Matt's saying. I don't get a whole lot of the sweet maraschino cherry, but the
Do we miss any of the comments? I think
not too many. I'll scroll back up. I'm not sure too much on the cherry. It's not like a sweet cherry, but the dark chocolate I get. It's more of a cocoa for me.
I didn't get any cherry, unless it was cherry wood.
Maybe
that
makes more sense.
That might have been a cherry. That makes more sense.
I get a lot of cocoa. This is a delicious pour. This excites me. I'm glad that I have 2 bottles of this now, and I am glad to be able to share this with you guys through Discord as well.
As someone
Matt just agreed too. Definitely not a sweet cherry. That's okay. That's what I was getting at. It wasn't a sweet cherry, but I did get a sweeter tone to it, and it was a fruity note, which is cherry. I can agree with Matt now. I didn't think it was a sweet cherry. I don't know what those cherries are called. So Matt, if you know the name of the cherry that I'm thinking of, that's not the sweeter cherries like we use for cocktails. That's what I'm getting for sure. I'm glad you brought that up. I just didn't speak cherry because when I think cherry, I think Buffalo Trace. When I think Buffalo Trace, I think sweet. And this did not have that sweet profile.
All I'll say is that as a person that doesn't really enjoy Texas whiskey, there are really great things about this whiskey, and it's very complex and very unique. And I'm not going to knock RJ or anybody else that enjoys it. I just will not pay $220 for it. That's just me though. But you were not going to get another pour like that one. It's
very unique.
Yeah.
Joel Stern saying you drink different whiskey, different seasons. I never understood that. It's either you drink or you drink. So the reason why I say seasonal, and I use seasonal loosely, and Tyler tried a sample that I brought for him a long time ago to his house, and he brought them over here so he could try them in front of me, which I'm happy to see his reactions on some of these. He tried a Midwinter's Night Dram, and when you think a midwinter night's dram, it sounds very warming, and he tried it and he said, wow, this is spicy. Not spicy like it's hot, but like it warmed up his body temp. He's like, I can see why someone would want to drink this on a cold night's day or cold winter's night. And I agreed with him. I said, for a below 100 proof, it doesn't drink above 100 proof, but it kind of warms your whole body.
Yeah, it wasn't just a proof warm. It was the spices and just the overall complexity of the drink. And it was just, I automatically thought, man, sitting in front of my fireplace in my living room, having this would be like just nice.
Which is why I think for the whole seasonal thing that you don't understand, for me personally, this is my take, probably Tyler's take too. If I was going to drink a Midwinter's Night Dram, it would be in the fall or in the winter. I don't think I would touch this bottle during the summer or the spring. I've touched it in the spring, obviously, because it's already basically spring. But it's on the colder days. I'm not drinking this on a hot day. I don't think that would be enjoyable. Just like this Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon, I don't think this would necessarily be a very enjoyable bottle to drink in the middle of the summer when it's over 100 degrees, unless it's like a special dessert pour. I know you don't think this is a dessert pour.
Did you just say dessert pour?
This is something
I don't agree with that.
This is something I would drink alongside while eating a dessert. Is how I should have worded that.
Okay.
This does have some sweet notes to it, but it has so much. It's not a dessert port. I would drink this alongside a dessert. Let me clarify that.
Okay. like candied bacon. That would be good with candied bacon, probably.
Yeah. Or I'm thinking cheesecake. I'm a big cheesecake guy. If I had a piece of cheesecake, I might have this on the side. I think this would be pretty good.
I don't know. It's a lot of wood to go with cheesecake, but I mean,
Jameer wants to see a duck race, so he's thinking very nice duck race. He thinks he's going to race the whole bottle, or hopefully just a sample. We'll see. I think we need Tyler doesn't want stag because they have been in Texas. Is that what I'm hearing? Texas stag. Seasonal makes sense, brother. Definitely have different ones during different times of the year, and definitely with what meat. I'm sweating bullets when I drink more than 6 ounces this season. Well, I mean, we've had more than 6 ounces tonight for sure.
We are all lightweights, Joel.
But I don't.
That's okay, bro.
I don't think we're sweating. I don't think we're sweating. Neither one of us are sweaty, but I'm feeling pretty good right now. So I'm happy with this bottle, though. I got to compensate Tyler for it. He said we'll settle up later. I've already offered to send him money for it. We'll figure out how that's going to work. I'll probably just send it on his drive home, so he can't do anything about it until he gets home. Man, I can't believe this guy was willing to let this go for as cheap as he did. This was below MSRP.
I'm glad you got it, man, because I'm glad you enjoy it, and I'm glad it's something special for you.
Even though this may not have been special for you, but it would have looked cool on the shelf.
I'm glad that you let me try it.
This is a freaking awesome bottle.
This thing looks beautiful. Like
the presentation.
Yeah, show them the box too, man.
The box is freaking phenomenal and immaculate. It's got good color. It's everything about it is just nice.
It's very Texan. It screams Texan.
Like you thought a Booker's box was cool. Check this out. Like this is a cool box. Bourbon is hard work and truly appreciate you guys putting in the work. Yeah, we're gonna have to put it. Well, I'm gonna have to put in even more work editing the first round videos of this. Just remember, Jameer, the one and only, picked out Heaven Hill Distillery, the Henry McKenna 10-year, as the bottle of choice.
That's weird how
and it actually beat out E.H. Taylor's Single Barrel, and that was for the blind side of me. I say blind loosely because, like, obviously they were pretty distinguishable bottles. But as we've drank, I'll be honest, a lot of that I couldn't really tell a difference. I could tell one was Dickel. But the other two, it's like they honestly kind of taste not similar. Like they weren't the same, but the mouthfeel, they both had their own things going for them, but they weren't too far apart.
The McKenna was just more refined. So it came down to.
Turn the AC up next time, Joel. Because he's talking about his sweating bullets, so turn the AC up next time. Now, the 2023 one will be even better for your birthday. Absolutely. I've got my tasting. I've had a 2022 sample. Now I have a 2020 bottle, and the 2023 will be the fresh crack for my birthday, which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, was Saturday, April 13th, and I put in leave for work, and it was approved. My manager approved it, so I thanked him for it. I told him, I didn't put in the notes, but I told him when I saw him, I said, hey, that day you approved for me, thank you so very much. That actually happens to be my birthday. And I want to do my lunch for my birthday at the Rack House. So I'm going to be taking a 45-minute drive one direction up from Arlington, Texas, up to Jeff at his Rack House restaurant. I'm going to try and invite my parents out there too, so Jeff can meet my dad. They would love to check out the Rack House as well. I'll have my wife and kid with me. I'm going to go enjoy lunch with Jeff up at the Rack House. He should be working. It's a Saturday. Hopefully he can still step away and have a little bit of time. I know it gets kind of busy, especially on a Saturday, but I'm excited for lunch. And better yet, I would like to, and it's my birthday, so hopefully I can make it happen. I would like to do a live stream that night as well. I would say 8 p.m. Central. I think I might have to push a little bit later because I don't want to overstep Baker Drinks on their live. So we might push closer to 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night. That way you guys can get at least the front end or the bulk of the Baker Drinks live stream. And it'll just be a really late night live stream. And it'll be short. We won't go too long. I want to be able to thank you guys for celebrating my birthday with me. I want to do a fresh crack of that Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon, the Hazmat 2023 one. Taste it, see how it is. And then I'll see you guys for the next one, I guess.
It's going to taste like a burning tree.
Burning tree. Hashtag burning tree. We'll make sure we have some whiskey before we get to that point, though.
And he did invite me to go out there too and see Jeff and everything at the Rack House. But I think that unless things change, my wife might be induced for labor the 12th. So I don't know.
Tyler's going to be a dad.
I don't know how it's going to work out. We'll see.
He was telling me the time frame. I'm like, oh no. I invited him. I'm like, as soon as you told me the date, I'm like, oh no, you're not going with us. And if you do go with us, you're going to be in a world of shit. Because
we'll see.
You're going to have to race Natalie over to the hospital. We got Whiskey Corner, Carlos in the house saying cheers, RJ and everyone. Just to give you a heads up, we did a March Madness bracket. I have a ton of videos that haven't been edited or uploaded, so you guys didn't get to see the first round. We had 20 bottles. We pushed it all the way up to the very top. We did a wheel spin to see which bottles would go head to head when we got to our final 5. And then the last 3 got their fair chance at the title. Henry McKenna Tenure took the W. And then we had a couple of fresh pours. The fresh crack we just did was and Carlos is a huge Garrison Brothers fan, so he is not on the same train as you, not liking it.
That's fine. That's fine. I totally understand.
We had Cowboy Bourbon 2020. We just picked this up the other day for, I'm going to keep saying $109 because that's basically what we paid for it. Well below MSRP. Fantastic pour. I own the bottle now. I just got to compensate Tyler for it. I am so grateful that I have someone that's willing to do some bourbon hunting. I helped him get rid of a bottle. He helped me get a bottle. I think we're both happy. So his wife's not upset with him for having all these bottles of whiskey left in the house. Titty stream, let's go. No, actually, we're going to be ending the stream. I'm trying to get caught up on chat. I thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. And I hope you guys go over to the Discord. I see Matt is in the chat over there. Looks like a bunch of people are in the relocation server, so I think they're running a duck race for a bottle. I'm not sure exactly what bottle's running. Oh, Buffalo Trace Kosher Wheat has already been claimed for the race. The race is actively running right now for Buffalo Trace Kosher Wheat, so somebody's about to win. But once that happens, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably 8 people are going to pop back over there and chat with Matt G. So we'll have about 9 people in chat. I'm going to wrap things up with Tyler and make sure we see him off nicely, but I will be back online this evening in Discord if you guys want to talk to me later. Appreciate you guys tuning in on the live stream. Tyler, you got any goodbyes you'd like to say before we end it?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Catching a burning tree, eh, Tyler? Mazel tov. You gonna do a body shot off Victor for your birthday, right? Actually, no, John.
That would be amazing.
No, sir.
I would record every millisecond.
I'm rooting for the Panda. Yeah, Panda does need to win that Buffalo Trace Kosher Wheat. He had a chance to get my bottle, and I ended up moving it without giving it to him, so I didn't even follow up with him for the Old Forsters. So that's going to be a topic. Josh and Dom, yeah. Torp just popped up in chat. Cheers, buddy. Well, we are cutting the live off. If you want to hang out, more than welcome to join our Discord. Duck race at the moment. Absolutely. Go for the quacks. You know I'll be there. Cheers, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you.